So when we come to the preschool years, and of course as children are in those years, they start to drop off the need for sleep in the daytime. That presents some challenges, of course, in terms of dealing with the diversity of children. And then we have the dynamic needs of different children, what rest and relaxation are for them. So there comes that question, particularly in these preschool years, about how one deals with the dynamic and individual needs of children.
Yeah. I think it's really about consultation, and I think that we need to be talking with everyone involved, and I think that really includes children as well. We need to make sure that children have voice in these decisions, and I think in that way we're also helping them not just to engage in healthy sleep, but also to learn about sleep and rest and relaxation, which is what it's all about.
All children eventually grow out of daytime naps. This transition is normal, and for different children it can happen at different times. At the age of 3, about half of all children are having a regular nap. By the age of 4, many children have stopped having a nap every day, and many no longer nap at all. But about a quarter of children will still need a nap. By the age of 5, the majority of children are no longer having a daytime nap. This means that children aged 3 to 5 are going through a very significant change in the organisation and timing of their sleep. This change can be abrupt, or it can be gradual, and as a result some children may need a nap on some days and not on others.
Quite often we will, if we have a few children that have fallen asleep, and I have to say at kindy, especially in the second half of the year, that's rare for any of our children to fall asleep, but if that was to happen, we would probably move the rest of the children to another part of the room, because we have a few different areas in the rooms, or we would even remove them outside and come, under the tree with a big blanket and sit down. Sometimes with big cushions out here and lay down and look at the clouds moving by, and it's just, no 2 days are the same when you come, and we just work around the children. We've got children sleeping, then we work around those children, but I have to say it is rare. Okay. It's very rare.
I think it's important to do something that just stills them down a little bit, and I've tried using some things by Maggie Dent on, imagining your superheroes with you, and you calm, or there's a light going right through your body. I just talk about it as a relaxation story, and during the story we breathe in because we saw something. We breathe in and breathe out, and just try and calm them right down, and do that, and be quite still for a while. And that probably goes for about 20 minutes or so.
We need to work on giving those children more of a voice and a choice in what they're doing. At the moment, everybody has to lie on a mattress. Okay, so they're not getting a choice in that. So we have visited a couple of centres in Adelaide that have the similar philosophy and what they do, and we're starting a process now. We're embedding that. So we're just learning from other people, and that's really important for educators as well. So it's not us sitting in the office going, this is what you need to do. Another thing we're trying to do is to hear our educators. So what are the issues for them? Okay, I need this time to get this done. So we will say, if we give you more time for that, so we might then relieve them for extra time to do that. Okay, so as then their time is spent with the children. So it's working out the needs of everybody involved.
I had two 4-year-olds and a 3-year-old who were really starting to move outside of having a rest during the day, but their parents were requiring that to continue. So we sat down together, the children and I, and had a conversation about what are the things that are really important to them about the rest. So what are the things why would we have a rest? And then what are the things that they don't like about the rest? And so what actually came out of that was a list that we developed. And we thought, what a great idea to actually share this with families, so families actually got to see what children are thinking about rest. And one afternoon when all of the families were there, we got together with the family, and the children and I sat down and talked about this was the conversation we had. And as a result, the families got to see that the children had actually matured enough to make decisions about rest time, and that they were wanting to explore other things while rest was happening. They understood that the younger child needed to have a rest, and we developed some ideas about, well, what would happen when that child was having a rest and that they were awake. How would we actually manage that? And I suppose that what happened for us was that children got to make some decisions, but family, in consultation with families, so families were part of the conversation, but it was a demonstration of children's agency. Their ideas were being listened to, and they were deciding what they needed to have happen for them. So it was a really great process.
These educators highlight the importance of recognising that children's individual sleep needs change over time, and this is really supported by our research. Understanding typical sleep trajectories can help us support healthy growth and development in children, and also help us communicate with their parents and carers about sleep, rest and relaxation.
Key message from all of this is that actually sleep, rest and relaxation is an integral part of the educational program. It's not time out of the educational program, but an opportunity for learning. And central to that is that children have a voice and that they are given agency to make decisions.